Hi, I'm Tiffany. Welcome to the Hotspot. Today we're in the middle of the valley getting the views of the people on the new stabilization levy. What's your view? Hi, we're here with Kyle Hodge and we're trying to get his view on what he thinks about the stabilization levy that's been recently put in place, especially as an entrepreneur. As you can see, he's with Tropical Treats and it's a nice ice cream place. Should go check him out. The ice cream is really, really good, by the way. So Kyle, what's your views on the stabilization levy?
Really and truly, I haven't studied it in depth, but as an entrepreneur, you know, we already pay a lot of taxes and stuff in the form of import duties, and you know, different fees are always going up, license fees and these different fees. So to introduce a new tax now, it's kind of burdensome on young businesses especially.
Do you think it's a matter of the amount that it is, the 6%, or just the tax itself?
I think it's the 6% itself. Maybe, you know, the tax is not a bad idea because the government needs some money. I understand that. So maybe doing it a different way, spreading it out some more, because I understand they have a ceiling of 12,000. I'm not in favor of that, you know?
Okay, I get you. So in regards to the ceiling, do you think it should be raised or it should be eliminated altogether?
It should not have a ceiling at all.
Should not have a ceiling.
Right.
But the minimum you're okay with?
Yes.
Minimum's fine.
The minimum is fine to me.
Okay, well, thank you, Kai, for your opinion, and
Thanks.
we look forward to seeing you again.
Some ice cream this afternoon?
Oh, sure, definitely.
Nice.
On the house?
Oh, sure.
So we're still here in the valley with Tropical Treats, still waiting on our ice cream. But right now we're going to interview Devon and find out his views on the 3% that's coming out of his salary for the stabilization levy. Devon, what are your views?
Well, plays a big role in, well, there's a lot of money coming out of my salary. It affects me greatly.
How do you think it affects you greatly? In what ways?
My bills have increased and my money hasn't. And I guess I'll have to wait and see on what can it do for me in the long run. What will it do? But for now, it's a pain.
For now, it's a pain.
Yeah.
Do you think there's something else they could have done in place of the levy in order to help the economy or help our budget, basically?
I guess cut down on expenditure. Then, well, honestly, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure because, I mean, they cut back on salaries. They cut back on workers. I don't know what else they might have done.
Do you think that maybe the cutting back that they did should have been done first and then the stabilization levy after they've seen some change in whether or not the cutting back did help the budget?
Correct. Yes.
Well, thank you, Devon. We're glad that you stayed with us and did this interview.
Surprised I stayed. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Hi, we're here with Shamash of Zara's restaurant in Show Bay, and we're getting his views on the stabilization levy. Shamash, what do you think about it?
I think it's a good for the country, but for me, it's bad.
In what way?
In what way? Because I ain't making nothing to be giving somebody something. You got to make something to give something.
So what other options do you think they should have taken or could have taken in order to help balance their budget?
What they need to do is get these Chinese were here, all of them, and we can get money from them. Them people got more money than we. You ain't see the amount of buildings them here building? Them got more money than we, so them need to get the Chinese here and let's get it from them, borrow some sort of money from them, and then we could have our levy balance out. But we ain't gonna be able to make it like this. They're gonna kill us dead. Right now, I even can't keep my place open because there's nobody here, you know, and there's nothing to pay nobody. I don't know.
So it's basically affecting your business because
Oh, Lord.
less people are coming out to eat?
Ain't nobody coming to eat. Look where we is here. We can't afford even what we smelling here, you know. It's affecting everywhere. You know, I don't want to be the one to really say that it's affecting, you know, but my business dropped a lot, but I don't think it's through this, you know, because they don't have nothing to do with our levy or whatever we into, you know. Tourist is tourist, you know, but it dropped a lot and people here worrying about it because we are not doing the amount of work that we were doing before. You know, we don't have the amount of hours, we don't have the amount of days. I mean, where you going to be taking it from? You can't take a levy from 2 days of a person working two days a week, you know.
What do you think about the cap that they have on the levy then? The $12,000 cap?
The $12,000 cap, I think, is too much. You know, it should be even lower than that. It shouldn't even have a cap at all. You know, the whole thing is that what I want to understand, when you pay money like this, you should be receiving something at the end of the year. This is no different than paying tax in the U.S. You know, when you're in the U.S. and you pay tax, you also get back some sort of, you know, you get back some tax return or something like that. This here is just that we're putting down money here. You can't tell me levy is for people for when they're sick or anything like that. If this ain't a build back to help build a country, I don't know what it is. You know, because I think the levy is either to help build back the country where they couldn't get money to borrow, because that's the only thing I could think. If you couldn't, if the government here had borrowed money and get money, I don't think we would have had this levy thing.
Well,
you know?
From my understanding, I think that they were borrowing and they figured that if they borrowed too much, it would be more of a strain on the economy and on the government to be able to pay back with all the interest. So in order to be able to accommodate all the monies that they have borrowed thus far, as well as to try and build the economy to get everything stabilized within the budget, that's why they implemented the levy.
That's what I told you? Or that's what
that's what
that's why you're thinking that they're doing.
That's part of what I heard and part of what I read.
That's, you know, my whole thing is, you know, what we got to do to it, we just got to do to it. I mean, a lot of us wouldn't be pleased with it, but, you know, I'm not fighting against it because I'm Anguilla, so if I have to do my share, I just got to do my share.
So do you think that if a group of people decided to petition against it, would you sign that petition?
Well, you know, only if their topic is where I can understand it more or less just like mine, because then there got to be something in return, you know. I mean, Social Security got something in return there for people, you know, when you're working or something like that. Why this can't have the same stability thing like this? Then we can be satisfied, you know, but just taking it to tell us, well, you're trying to balance while you're borrowing, I can't see no sense in that, you know, because I can't balance my book unless I put money on my book, you know, otherwise I'll be just drawing off, not putting on.
Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Shamash of Zara's of Shobay.
Thank you very much. This is proud to be here in Anguilla. Thank you very much.
So we're here with Percy Thomas. I'm sure most of you know him, and we're going to get his views on the stabilization levy. Percy?
Good evening, and how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm taking it easy.
What's your view on the stabilization levy?
Well, in the present form that it's in, I don't support it. The reason I say that because it's from 2000, you're free. And if it's 2001, you have to pay from 0 to 2001. And it goes up to 12,000. The person who makes 12,000 is it pays up to 12,000. And if they make any additional money after that, it's free. And I don't think that is fair. But seeing the situation that the country is in, I believe that there is some mechanism to get a country out of the hole that is in. But I think it should be no ceiling, it should be straight across the floor.
So you think no ceiling, do you think a minimum is okay, or just the cap you think should be off?
The cap should be off. Because if a man makes $1, he should pay on $1. If a man makes $10 million, he should pay on $10 million. That's what I think.
So you think across the board it should be 3%?
Definitely.
And what about the entrepreneurs paying 6%? Do you think that's fair to them?
No, I don't think it's fair for them. The employer should be exempted from that, because if a man has 6 employees, then he have to pay for those 6 employees. And I think that part of it is also unfair. The employer should be made to pay. The employee pay on his 3% and seal it right there.
So presently, do you think that they should review the levy and make some changes to it, or eliminate it altogether? Or just make it straight across the board like you suggested before?
Well, they made the changes to get it straight across the board. They have to do it.
So you think that's definitely going to happen? It's definitely going to be across the board?
I would love that to happen. I would love for that to happen, because what you have to realize is that a poor man who makes $2,100, he's paying 3% from 0 to the 2001. And the rich man who makes his 16 or his 18,000, he only pays on the 12,000, he goes home better than the poor little man.
So basically you're saying the standard working class, the middle working class is who's struggling more?
Definitely, definitely.
Okay, Percy, so what else do you think that they could do? Do you think that maybe they should have looked at another way to raise the funds to balance the budget? Or do you think the stabilization levy is definitely the way to go with some adjustments to it?
My honest opinion is that the British sat back and watched Angola fall in this hole, and they should bail Angola out at this present moment. If she said that she's the sovereignty and she's our mother's country, she should not let us suffer. Because we have a governor who's here, say he on good governance, and watch the country plunge into a financial problem. I don't think that was good governance, so the British should be charged to bail Angola out.
Well, thank you, Percy, for your views. You're much appreciated.
You're welcome, baby, and you enjoy yourself and have a good evening.
You too.
All right,
All right,
you.
bye.
All right.
Hi, I'm Tiffany with the Hotspot, and we're pulling Sharon over trying to find out what is her view on the stabilization levy.
Oh, that's what you want me to talk about? I thought you wanted me to talk about the Valley Street Fair. But the Angola Community College had a booth over there for cake decorating competition. It would be nice if y'all didn't come to see the cakes.
We'll ask you about that after, actually.
How do I feel about the stabilization levy? Well, it hurts me, and I'm sure it hurts others too.
How does it hurt you?
It comes out of my pocket. So that's less money I have to spend at the end of the month.
So do you think there's another way that they could have acquired money to make our budget, to balance our budget?
I'm not a finance person. I mean, if it was me, I guess I would have liked to have seen it 3% across the board and probably take the onus off of the employers to pay 3% as well.
So you don't think that there should have been a minimum so you don't think there should have been a minimum either?
Personally, no.
So you think that if it was 3% across the board, then people would have taken it a little bit better and not been so...
I know I would have.
Okay, Sharon. Well, thank you for your view.
Thank you.
All right.
I don't know because I just got here.
What are you talking about? Hi, Rosanna. This is Tiffany from the Hotspot. Rosanna, we're trying to get your views on the stabilization levy.
I don't like it.
Why exactly don't you like it?
Because we can't afford to pay it.
So do you think there's something else they should have done?
Yes, they could have done something, I don't know what, maybe VAT or something else, but not no stabilization. I can't call it what, stabilization levy.
So would you have appreciated that then more, seeing as it's still an increase that we would have to pay?
I don't know.
So whether you support the new stabilization levy or not, it's bound to be an interesting topic for time to come. This is Tiffany from the Hotspot. See you next time.